my gosh. Well,
We're
hey,
here.
bestie.
Yay. It only took a year. Here we are.
Yay. Or 15. We've talked about this for so long.
Really, that is true. I think it was at the restaurant at Olive Garden the first time we came up with a name that is not the Lux Life.
That's right.
But we came up with a name and we were like, we got to do it.
Yeah.
And we didn't. We still didn't do it.
I don't even know, when we first talked about doing some kind of show, I'm not even sure that podcasts were a real thing.
Oh, no.
We were probably talking about a reality show in the beginning.
Literally, because when I was working for you and Joe, I was like, oh my gosh, you all are so hilarious. You should have a reality show. You know?
We really should have. When the kids were little, I mean...
I don't know. It might be even crazier now that they're grown.
I mean, can we just talk about how, while we're getting ready to record on the laptop over here, a time-sensitive message comes through. Ben trying to get approved for a DoorDash order at Purdue University at high school summer camp with the church. Like, what?
These kids. That is freaking hilarious. When I seen that come through, I was like, not him trying to get some DoorDash. Was he going to DoorDash him food and like the rest of the kids?
In front of the other like 2,500 kids that,
like,
you know, that's Lux.
Literally.
So, all right. We're here. We're finally here. We have been working on this for so long.
Yes.
And it just feels so good. I guess we're just having fun right now because everybody else is like, man, they're just being so chill. But yeah, we've been working. We've been working hard on this because we wanted to make it something good, something worthwhile.
Right.
And it's definitely something from our hearts, I believe.
Yes.
So,
I'm super excited.
Yes.
I'm excited for everybody to be here and listen in. They get a little glimpse of what it's like when you're going out to eat with me and you or hanging out, honey.
Oh my gosh. It is a sight to behold. That is for sure. How many restaurants have we met up at for lunch and stayed for, I don't know, 5 hours?
And then moved
Till the
to
next
another
meal.
restaurant for dessert?
Right. Like, okay, we're getting a little bit embarrassed because we've already had 2 waitresses. Let's just go over here and get dessert because we are not done talking.
Literally. I can't count. That's hilarious.
Perfect job for us. Podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
Just give us a microphone. What is that thing that we say? Give us food and a few hours and we'll figure it out.
Yes, exactly. That is our thing, and we can. I can't wait to cover topics and stuff from the audience because we're going to have some good advice and tips and stuff for people too, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Well, and, you know, the thing is, we don't know everything. We are trying to figure it out, but why not tell the things we know? Because we do know a lot.
Oh, God. We're already starting.
This is Lux Life, guys. Just go ahead and buckle in because we like to laugh. We work a lot. Life is serious. Life is hard. But God is good. And
all the time.
All the time. And we're laughing all the time. Even when we don't feel like it, because that's what keeps us going, right?
Yeah, it's the Lux Life. You got to keep smiling through the hard times, the good times, the bad times, all the things. So
that's right.
Well, let's talk about our friendship and how we met. This is a long story, but we can condense this.
It is. Do you remember the first time we met?
I remember it was at church. I don't remember like the first time I laid eyes on you.
I don't. It wasn't like a love at first sight type of moment. Like, I remember everything about it. I'm sure it was at church.
Well, yeah.
Probably at, like, we sang on the praise team together. So it was probably like at a rehearsal or something like that.
It had to be.
I just know my first thoughts of you were like, she's so cute.
Oh.
Thank you. I loved your spirit and your attitude, and I kind of thought like, oh, she's like a little caramel mocha version of me a few years ago. So you just reminded me of hilarious. Me, and so I'm sure that's what kind of drew us together.
Yeah, and I think that like at the time I was so young because I was like I guess I was like 19 or
yeah.
Girl, that's wild.
You had probably just turned 19 when I met you.
Maybe
because I had moved to Louisville in the summer of 2010. And
I had already been, okay, yes.
and you were already here, and I'm sure we saw each other at church, but when we actually like started talking, it was probably maybe before you turned 19.
I was 20.
Yeah.
I was 20. But
Okay.
yeah, it was right around then because I moved in and I moved here in 2009.
Yeah.
Which is wild. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was so young. So I think you seemed a lot older than me back then just because you were married, you had kids, like you all had lived several different lives already.
Well, and my
Like,
husband is like, a hot minute older than me.
a hot minute.
So people just assume that I'm his age and have had
Right.
like maybe, a lot of good skincare because I am younger.
Right.
But
We like our men older.
yes, that's the best way. Sorry, guys. If there's any young guys listening, there's a girl out there for you. She's probably younger than you.
She's probably still in high school right now. Just kidding. Wait, maybe I should have said that. Can we rewind and cut that out? That's hilarious. 'Cause
Well, this is real.
the kids always tell me, they tell me and Daniel, they're like, oh my gosh, so when Daddy was, I don't even know, whatever age, when he was in his 20s, you were in high school?
Yeah, we don't play that game in this house. We want you to be good at math, but don't be doing that
Don't be
math.
trying to do all that.
Don't be doing that. Everything was legal, and that's what
Exactly,
matters.
that's what matters.
When
Oh
you're
my
an old
gosh.
soul, you just,
That is true.
this is the way it works. And you're a firstborn daughter,
Right.
firstborn granddaughter, firstborn all the things.
All the things.
It has an effect. So,
It does.
but yeah, I remember that we were in different seasons of life back then. But I know that we just became fast friends.
Right.
And you had a business. So we're entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
You had a business that you were starting.
Yeah. Little side hustle business, babysitting.
You were nannying for my kids.
Yeah.
And we had just launched our business, being new to the city. And so you were like the first help that came into my life.
Don't call me the
No,
help.
I don't mean that. I mean like
I know. It's so funny.
help from God. Like
Yes.
He sent me, like how the Holy Spirit is our help and our comforter.
Yes.
Like that's what you were.
Yes.
And I needed that. I needed
Right.
you, and
And I needed a job. We needed each other.
we needed each other. And
That's
so
freaking hilarious.
you then you started actually having some girls from your business that watched the kids, and you came over and helped
I scaled.
us do marketing.
Yeah.
And so it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was great. And I think that's when we really started to bond and like find out about each other and really know each other's life story. And it was just like every time we would talk, it's like we had so much in common.
Yeah.
I will tell anybody, I've never met anybody else on this earth that I've had more in common with than
That
you.
You just,
like,
we get each other.
it's crazy.
The girls, our girls especially,
Yes.
they're like, oh my gosh, y'all are literally like the same person.
Yeah. Is what we say.
I don't
We're
think
the
they mean it as a compliment, but I take it as one.
Well, yeah, for sure. We said we're the same person, but in different fonts.
Yes.
I love that because it's really true.
It's so true.
I love that.
So yeah, I think in this episode we're talking about friendship.
Right.
And so as we launch the Lux Life, that's really one of the core components
Yes.
of this whole podcast, this whole venture is our friendship. And so
Yes.
how are we going to have this without talking about friendship? And so
Exactly.
that's a theme that we'll be talking about in this episode.
Yeah.
So we've got our little note cards to keep us on track
Yes.
because, we
It's our
can't
first time,
spend
too.
5 hours talking right now. So Mercedes, why don't you tell us a little bit about like just yourself? I know we've kind of gotten into it
I
a little
know.
bit already, but just for the people who are listening who don't already know you,
Right.
just talk a little bit about your background and
Yeah.
what you do and all that.
I'll be glad to tell. I was like, all my cards are out of order. That's why I'm like, that's why I don't know where we're going next. So you know my story well, but I'm a PK, or at least a former PK. My dad pastored a church for 20-something years along with my mom. Grew up in Indianapolis, Indiana. graduated early, left and moved out when I was 17 years old, went to Bible college, which that's a whole nother thing we can talk about. Went to Bible college and then felt God call me to Louisville, Kentucky. Well, it wasn't Louisville. He told me to follow, two of my professors at the Bible college, and I did not know. I had no idea that they were moving. I knew what God told me, and so I had a meeting with the wife, and I said, look, God told me to follow you all, and she was like, well, we're moving to Louisville, Kentucky, and we haven't even told anybody yet. That's how you know it's God, when he tells you something before anybody even knows. So I moved out here like immediately after they did, and I can't believe that I'm still here. Like, I didn't think this was like a long-term thing, but here I am, and we're friends, met a lot of amazing people in the last 15 years. I've grown up here, which is it's just so crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, just spent my life trying to be a better person and be, a good example to other people and to follow God and what, he's leading for my life. And obviously he led me here to Louisville, met you guys, met my husband, and then, now I'm like in a whole family. You know what I mean? Like it's real lifetime.
Like grown up.
Yeah. So that's kind of a little bit about like the journey that I've had. But outside of that, obviously I've done some different side hustles and business ventures and things like that. But it really didn't take off until I started the mystery shopping business, and God really blessed it. And so here I am today being the queen of mystery shopping and helping other people bring in finances through that way and getting just able to enjoy like life and like Lux, right? Just being in that state of like everything's not perfect, but God, at the end of the day, I'm so thankful and just grateful to God for where he's led me and what he has done in my life. So,
for sure. Well, I know that he's blessed you, and I know firsthand that you are super passionate about all the work that you do, and that's why he blesses you. So,
yeah,
I'm super proud, and you already know, like, I don't mean that in a condescending way. I just, like, sometimes when people say, oh, I'm so proud of you, it's like, I don't want you to be proud of me. Like, who are you to be handing out all this proud of you compliments? But I am just like, I've watched the journey.
You've seen it.
And I'm just super happy.
You've had a front row seat.
Yes. So it's been great. A great show.
Yeah. So now you tell everybody about yourself and your childhood and all the things.
So again, we've spent many days working side by side in offices together, on trips together. So you know so much of my story. You've been there for a big chunk of it too. I also, some of our stories the same, so it's going to sound like we're on repeat here. I was a preacher's kid as well. I had some loss in my life as a little girl, and that we will talk about, I'm sure, over the episodes as they come. But my dad passed away when I was a really little girl, and then my mom married my dad who raised me, and my sisters. There were 4 of us, and you have a bunch of sisters too.
Yeah,
I've got 1 extra. So I've got 3 sisters and a younger brother that we all had just a big old family. My dad was an evangelist, so we traveled all over the country, different countries, and ministered together as a family. And and he's in heaven now too.
Yeah.
So it's been an interesting part of my life dealing with that aspect of just having an amazing family and then experiencing loss. And so that has definitely shaped a lot of how I live today. But I did graduate early as well. I moved to Bible college, the same Bible college before you did, when I was 17, and met my husband Joe, got married super early. I was definitely over 18 when I got married. But I was just like, I've always been this. I'm very pragmatic. Okay, when I see what I want, like, snatch, that's mine. Go get it. What am I waiting for? Like, Waiting, that's not looks.
We don't wait.
We get what we want. Yeah. We get it right now.
We go after it.
And so, yeah, we got married, and he's a few years older, so was already living an entrepreneurial lifestyle, and I just kind of got sucked in. I never really thought of myself as an entrepreneur. You know, I figured I would probably be in the ministry. Mm-hmm. I have found that being an entrepreneur, I am in the ministry.
Preach, girl. Yes.
So, yeah, it's been a journey. We have had, I think we're on our 9th business. Wow. He's had a few of those before I got in the picture, but we just say 9 collectively. Mm-hmm. From real estate to our big, long venture that we worked with for so long with you mm-hmm. by our side was in wealth management. And so we had our own private firm for quite a while. And in 2020, God was like, actually, it was the end of 2019. Right. God was like, time to do something different. Yeah. And I'm sure we'll talk about that as we get into the entrepreneurial journey. But right. So we've shifted, and we have a coaching business now. We coach people about all day trading. We coach financial advisors, mm-hmm. and it's a lot of fun. So we're still in the industry that we love, but just in a different role. Yes, I have worked together with my husband for, in just a few more weeks, 23 years. If you're trying to do math, so I'm 41. And so we've got 3 awesome kids and 2 boys that I birthed, and then a bonus, I call her my bonus daughter, mm-hmm. Which is actually our niece, and God knew. He sent me
you an
girl.
Angel.
Yes, these boys. I come from a girl family, mm-hmm. so many girls, you know that. And so anyway, it was very, very breath of fresh air when Greenlee came in to live with us. So, yeah, that's me. And now I'm doing this new venture with this really cool girl named Mercedes, and we're having a lot of fun. Just building up to this point has been so much fun.
And it's built, like it's literally built. Has, like each day we get more excited. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's why I say, I mean, I've even said it, like, I don't even like calling myself an entrepreneur. Like, I'm a business builder.
I like that.
And I just feel like that's what we're doing. Maybe it's because my grandpa both of my grandpas were contractors and built houses, but that's what I feel like. I feel mm-hmm. like I'm strapping on a tool belt, building. Yeah. And so we probably have a lot of people listening who are entrepreneurs, mm-hmm. because I know we attract people who are like us. Yeah. But we probably have some people listening who aren't really entrepreneurs. Maybe they're stay-at-home moms.
Right.
Maybe they are leaders in some other way. I just feel like women are leaders, period.
For sure.
So, don't think if you don't have your own business that you're not our audience, because it's a big part of both of our lives, but it is definitely not who we are. Exactly. That we have a business. I think being leaders in our families and in our communities is really what God has created women to do. Mm-hmm. And so keep listening. That's you.
Yeah, we ain't single. We're not leaving anybody out of this.
No, definitely not.
Because there's going to be something for everybody.
For sure. So I'm kind of looking at the card here. We've talked about our entrepreneurial hustles. I've talked a little bit about motherhood. Mm-hmm. You've got beautiful girls. Yeah. So you want to talk about your girls for a second?
Yeah. Well, you were there. I mean, do you remember meeting them for the first time at TKC?
Yes.
Well, I don't know if we should be popping. I guess it doesn't matter. They know we're in Louisville. So I remember the very first day that Daniel and his ex-wife walked into the church.
Yes.
Because I was like, oh, they're cute.
Yeah.
And they sat like near the front. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, this is going to be the new it couple. That's literally what I thought.
I'm not even going to say.
I just thought that was. Anyway, and they weren't, right? Yes. So it just, not they weren't, I shouldn't have said it like that, but it didn't work out.
It wasn't it.
Yeah, it wasn't it because it wasn't me.
Right.
Just kidding. I remember I was doing kids church at the time because, let's see, that was like 2010, mm-hmm. I think is when he started coming. So he had dropped off the kids to kids church, and I was back there with probably Liz.
Mm-hmm.
And the girls were 2 and 4. And I remember it stood out to me over every kid because they were like so shy and scared, and they clung to each other and they were crying, and they wouldn't talk. They wouldn't let anybody come to them. And we were like trying to it's okay, you know? And so I think eventually we had to call,
shy,
we had to call Daniel back to get them. But anyway, that was the first time I laid eyes on them. I had a boyfriend at the time who I was not thinking,
these are going to be my children.
These are going to be my children. No. So I kind of was preoccupied, you know, but one thing led to another, and several years later we got together in 2012, and it was kind of like an instant family because just the situation. And I know we'll probably talk about all this in future podcasts, but so I am a stepmom. I typically don't use the word stepmom because in some ways I don't feel like a step parent. Other ways I do. It's very complex, but you know what? Motherhood's complex for anybody, whether you're a biological, you've birthed the kids or not. Yeah. It is a whole journey. It is like a thing, okay? It's a thing. It's a whole thing.
A whole entire thing.
And now our kids are all about the same age except for your youngest. Mm-hmm. So my oldest is 19, and then the youngest is 17. And
there's not too big of a gap between Ben. Ben's going to be 15, so
that's hard for I just see him back in his little high chair.
Ben. He's baby Ben.
But our kids are about the same age, so we're in that same season of navigating being parents of young adults.
Our girls are in college together. And they cheer together, and so that's amazing.
Yeah.
And the whole mom life, everybody knows it's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
We call each other to brag. We send each other screenshots of amazing, God's moving in my kid's life. Look what happened at camp.
Right.
And then we call each other girl, oh my God.
I want to kill him. I'm going to rip their face off.
If you don't know, you just don't know. We're not actually ripping faces off. We don't believe in violence. That's not Lux.
Yeah.
But it's a journey, and I think these kids are pretty lucky to have us for moms.
Yeah, and I really just love how our lives have intertwined, and it's like God, because we didn't force this to happen. It just has happened. And now the kids, they're like cousins, that's what they go around and say. And they all love each other, and it warms my heart.
Mine too.
So,
well, and I remember when Ben was really little, he actually at church, at kids' church, said that Alexis was his cousin, and everyone's like, no, she's not. And he's like, yeah, our moms are sisters. And
that is so cute.
He really thought we were sisters. So I think that speaks for itself.
Yeah, I didn't know he said that. That's so freaking cute.
Yeah, super sweet. Lots of sweet Ben stories. We know.
I love it.
But so again, we're talking about friendship. I think kind of a theme in this episode is let's talk about nurturing adult friendships. Mm-hmm. I remember a time when you were younger that you actually asked me about this. You guys had not been married long, and you were like, oh my gosh, this is hard. Because you were in college when I first met you, and I think it's when you're in college, there's just always friends around.
Yeah.
And then when you're single, and then getting married and having a family life, it's he had his friends, you had your friends, and then your friends start getting married, and things change, and it's how do I even like this work and have people to spend time with? And it's different. Making friends as adults is different. So I'm thankful that we have what we have, because some people don't have a close circle of friends, but we'll talk about that too before we finish.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, we've already talked about how we met and our first impressions.
Yeah.
So at what point, Mercedes, do you feel like you realized that our friendship was a special, deeper relationship than just a surface acquaintance?
I think I want to give two answers to this. I could go either way, but I'm going to go with after we were done with Casey Wealth, because it's easy to say you're friends when you're in close proximity with somebody. You know, it's like going to church. When that person don't go to church anymore, you just fade away.
Like, was it just convenient because we were together every day? Yeah.
So when we, you know, we
weren't
working together at the company, and I was doing my thing, you were doing your thing. I honestly remember having the thought, like, I wonder,
Am I
like,
gonna
if we'll
lose her?
be, you know, like, if we're gonna, like, talk again. Like, not, like, it was just, like, a brief little thing. But, like, no, we're closer now probably than ever.
Yeah, I think that it made us closer because, you know, obviously when you work together in a business, we were friends, but you do have boundaries because
you were my boss.
You have boundaries because that's what you just have to do.
Yeah.
And so there was a closeness there, but it's like once we weren't working together in that way, like that boundary could go away.
Yeah.
And it just kind of opened things up a little bit more, I think. For sure. I think I told you. Well, you said you had two answers. So what's your other?
Well, I think that went the right way. I was going to say at Casey Wells because that's where we started to get close. Remember,
Gotcha.
we'd be talking in the office and Joe would be like, y'all been talking for
Yeah.
We just had to catch up. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we can multitask. Like, this is not a problem, bro.
Remember, Joe gave us that article about multitasking.
Listen, this man, he's not here. We're not talking about that.
I love it. I love it. But, I mean, it really was right, because now as I get older, I'm like, I can multitask, but, you know, it ain't
So we
good.
just figured out a different solution. We're like, okay, let's just start a podcast, and then we can talk as much as we want, and it's work.
It's a win-win.
So, yeah, I think that... I think that I realized that you were, like, I guess I'll say, like, an inner circle person. It wasn't, like, a specific event that happened, but just there's a kind of a turning point in time to where you realize every time something is going on in my life, there's just, like, this short list of people that you're going to pick up the phone and text or call, or I don't like talking on the phone. So if I call you and tell you about something, like, it's big, you know, and you're one of those people, like, I will pick up the phone and call you and be like, oh my gosh, I just have to say this out loud to somebody. And you are the lucky person who gets to listen to it.
Hey, you are the lucky caller. I love it. Okay.
And so there was a time when I realized, like, you're on that short list of people. And I have learned early on in my life, like, when I find somebody that has made it into that inner circle, to protect that, which is one reason why we did have boundaries when we worked, because I wanted to protect. I knew there was a deep friendship there, and I wanted to protect it. So I'm glad I did.
Love that. Yeah. I mean, most people can't. I mean, think of the people who aren't even friends with their bosses or coworkers, and there's no boundaries, and it's out of control. So I say we get an A+.
A+
for that. So
awesome.
Let's see.
So we've talked about why we started the podcast. I think it's just it's been a passion of ours for a while. We're preachers' kids. Like, we have a lot to say. we have
a lot to say about everything.
And so this is just a good place. You know, I am sure as we share our whole lot to say about everything, I guess my hope for our audience is that they hear themselves. Right?
Yes.
Like, this is about us, but it's about them as well. And so I know that I latch on to be a part of someone's audience. I will latch on to, you know, a coach or a speaker or an author, a minister, when as they're talking, I hear my thoughts. And so I know that that's really what's going to happen with our audience. People are going to be listening, and they're going to be like, hey, how did that girl know I was thinking that? Hey, that's me. I'm that firstborn granddaughter on both sides of the family, firstborn niece, firstborn sister, firstborn everything. Yeah, I'm that. Like, I can hear myself in her voice. And so
it'll resonate with people, the people that it needs to resonate with. And I want to give people hope. You know, there's not, not a lot of hope these days that people have. People are scared. They're, suffering from childhood trauma. And not that, like you said earlier, we're not perfect, but I believe that we do have some experience in some areas that we can give people advice. We can give people hope. Right. We are solutionists. We will give people solutions. Yeah. Okay.
We're problem solvers.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
So I'm excited for it to connect and what we say to connect with people and actually not just be like a talking show where we're just talking, because everybody's out there talking, right? And all sides of the aisle, but I feel like what we're doing, God can really use and inspire some people.
Amen. Because I would hate to think I went through all this bull crap for nothing.
I went through it for you. Okay?
I went through this for you, girl. Like, you're my people.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
But no, I really do feel that way. I have had a thought a few times as we've prepared for this, and it's not the first venture. I feel like every time I'm going into a new venture in my life, which seems to be often because like I'm just married to a pioneering person, and I guess I'm one too by default, and sometimes I even blame it on him, like, oh, he's a pioneering person. Well, clearly not. Like, I've been here for 23 years doing this, so I am too. But every time I find myself going into a new venture or like a new season, a new chapter of life, I guess it's kind of like you've heard of imposter syndrome.
Right.
Like, I have felt that even a few times getting ready for this podcast. Like, who wants to listen to what we have to say, right?
Yeah.
But I know exactly who wants to listen. It's the people who have gone through these things, or, they just need to feel that sisterhood. They need to feel that community. They need to find their tribe.
Right.
And so, we put the imposter syndrome aside.
Yep.
There is something that God has for everybody who's listening today. And I think if you've stumbled across our podcast, like, it wasn't just a stumble.
Right.
Because everything is intentional.
No such thing as coincidences.
Divine design. And so I know that we are going to have things that we talk about that we've experienced. We don't know everything. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a therapist. I have had one.
Same.
But I'm not one. But I feel like I've just been gathering all my life, like gathering information, gathering experiences, gathering God's peace, and gathering truths from his word, and gathering wisdom. And I still have situations every day in my life that, thank God, I have this big basket of stuff I've been gathering.
Right.
It's, I've even thought sometimes, like, when do you get on autopilot? Like, when does everything just become easy and simple, and like, we've got that's conquered. Like, girl, the devil ain't gonna
never
let us go like that.
Right.
So I love just being able to have a place where we can talk about things together. So.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It's going to be really good. I know this is the first episode, but we've got more amazing things to come. So I guess we are on the Lux tips and tricks.
All right, let's do it.
Let's talk about this.
All right, so every episode... And so there's a little bit more explanation in this episode than we will have in future, right?
Yeah.
We're kind of telling what we're doing.
Yeah.
And then we're doing it. But yeah, the Lux tips. Let's go. Let me get there.
I know. I'm like, hold on. My cards are out of order.
All right. So every episode we want to share some type of tip or trick or life hack.
Yeah.
Because that's just what girlfriends do.
We do.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, do you have a Lux tip that you want to share with us today? I know we're talking about friendship, so any tips about friendship?
I have one that I need to take myself. Can we? I need a piece of
reminder tip.
Like, reminder to me, like, to put down your phone. I've even been on it because I'm always working. I'm like, you know what I mean? And like, it's something that I've got to work on, and I know I can't be the only one out there. So, when you're spending time with your friends and things like that, I told my husband, I was like, I'm going to try to like leave my phone at home. You know what I mean? Because I think even if you're not an entrepreneur, it's still it's just like there. You know what I mean? And we have this habit of just like picking
It's an
it up.
entity.
Yeah.
It's like it's its own
It's its
entity.
own- And
Yeah.
now the AI is here.
It really
and
is.
I'm just like chatting to it. Because if I have a question, I'm like, well, there's an answer, you know, because I love answers. So I'm like, let me grab it. Let me ask. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I know that's really silly, but like that is my piece of practical advice when it comes to like spending time with people and building, you know, your friendships out is just to be in the moment and stay present.
Well, I'll take your tip and I'll raise you if you can't put your phone down, use it to stay in touch with a friend.
Oh, that's
right?
good.
So sometimes we are kind of trapped with our phone. Maybe we're in an airport or in a waiting room somewhere. I have tried to teach myself to take advantage of those moments and not just be in my own world. And Joe and we came up with this, I guess it's a rule of thumb that if we think of a person 2 times in the same day, to reach out to them. And so that is one of the things that I do. I use my phone for. So if you're not with your friends, use that 2 thoughts and I'm reaching out, and just send them a text.
Exactly.
Send them an audio message,
Yeah.
as you have gotten me to do. And so that, you know, take a selfie, send it to them, send them a funny meme, like reach out. That is, we're all busy, but we all have our phones. And so if you're going to be on your phone, use it to reach out and stay connected. I think that's how we can keep fostering friendships as
good.
busy women in life. And if you're together, we did this at Will's birthday dinner the other day. We went out. He wanted to go to dinner, so we all went. My nephew Mason was with us, and I said, okay, hand over. I looked around the table, every single person on the phone, every single one, Dad included. And I'm like, phones. You would not believe the resistance.
I bet.
Like, yeah. So we did. We put all of our phones in a stack on the other end of the table, and we just said, we're going to enjoy this meal, and no one's going to be on their phone until we leave the table.
I love it.
And it's about being present, right? So,
That's good.
I love it.
I love it. You got 2 tips in one, y'all.
Yay. So, all right.
Candace, I think we have some questions from the audience on our very first episode.
Yeah, well, you know, because obviously we're not going to come into this with no audience. Like, it's us.
Who are we?
We have people who want to listen. Yeah, so let me see here. I'm not on the right card.
Card number 5.
All right.
Y'all bear
Here we
with
go.
us.
I got it.
We'll get it together.
So, we actually have a question from Andrea for this episode. And congratulations, Andrea. You're the first audience engagement. So Andrea actually asked me a question about hosting and hospitality. And she asked for us to just speak to hosting and hospitality. And the follow-up to that is, do we enjoy it and look forward to it, or do we dread it and resent it? So I have some things to say about this. So you go first, and then I will give my answer.
That's fine. I love hosting.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. But I do know people do resent it because it's not easy. I mean, you can make it easy, but like you and I, we plan like these big things, like the kids' birthdays, and like we like to go the extra mile.
Yeah.
And so to answer her question personally, I enjoy hosting. And then to like give a practical tip, like I a lot of the things that I host, my husband helps me. We kind of co-team it out, and I'm more of the logistics and like the intentional things, like we're gifts and what kind of food and all those things, and then he's more of the let me greet you at the door, come in. So we like the social. He's more of that, which is so weird because I'm like super social on camera, but sometimes behind camera I can be a little bit shy, I think, at first. But yeah, so my tip is like just do what your best strengths are, right? When it comes to hosting, if you do like any aspect of it, you know, use your strengths and don't stress out over where you're not good at.
Right.
So
I totally agree with that. Yeah, I love hosting as well. I don't know if it's just because I grew up in a home with a lot of people. It almost felt like just a regular dinner at our house is like hosting a big event because there's literally 52 million people there, right? Especially if we had like beyond just our household, like
Right.
any kind of family dinner at like my grandmother's house, there's 40 people.
right.
And so I love that. I don't dread it. I have some tips that that I can say is why I don't dread it and why I don't resent it.
Okay.
So let's just deal with the resenting first. So I feel like if you resent hosting, maybe it's like with family or certain friends, girl, quit hanging out with those people. Like,
Maybe it's the people you resent.
I'm telling you, who you're spending your time with is a big factor on how you feel going into that moment. If there is a person that you dread every time you get around them and they're going to be there, you're not going to be as excited to host.
Yeah.
If there is somebody who never reciprocates, like you always have them over, you're always planning something, you're always reaching out saying, let's go do this event, let's go to the movies. I mean,
Right.
I feel like even hosting isn't always at your house. Like
Right.
you could do an outing and whoever's like the leader that planned it, I feel like they're kind of like hosting even though it's out and about. And if you're always the one doing that, sometimes maybe you enjoy that and so it's just your gift shining through, but if there's never reciprocation, it can lead to resentment and
For
it
sure.
can lead to an imbalance. So pull back. That's a tip. Pull back and see if they step up to the plate and reciprocate, and if they don't, take a break.
That's a good one.
So the other thing is, as far as dreading, like sometimes I like my house to be like just so, right? So you don't have to not host people if your house isn't just so. Again, if someone's judging you because your house is not up to their standards, don't have them over. They can stay at their house.
Make a list of people you aren't going to invite.
Make a list of people that are you're going to feel at ease with them in your environment.
Right.
Even if, you have some weeds in your flower bed or you need to repaint the kitchen. Like, first of all, like, get you some friends that will get in there and paint it with you. I mean,
Yeah, true.
sometimes hosting can actually be to accomplish things. It doesn't have to be a big soiree.
That's good.
Spending time together is spending time together. Like, I will have a painting party all day long. I will feed you pizza. Like, I'm all about that. If I can spend time with you and get work done, win-win.
That's perfect.
And I'll do the same for you.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of this whole hosting idea is about who you're doing it with. But yeah, keeping things simple. Like, I think we love charcuterie. We love, somebody said this a long time ago about me. I gave a gift in front of another person. I gave a gift to this person, and the other person was like, oh my gosh, Candace, this is amazing. Did you make this? And the person I gave it to knew me so well. She laughed and she was like, Candace is not a maker. Candace is a buyer. Like, you don't have to. Do I like making sourdough bread at home? Absolutely, I do. But I'm not going to cancel a get together because I forgot to make my dough ahead of time. Like, girl, go to the bakery and buy you some sourdough bread if that's what you want. Like,
And then put it in your own dish.
pan.
Because I do it all the time.
What was that
Did
one?
you make this? I sure did.
I made the money that bought it, honey.
Right.
So make things easy for yourself. Keep
Yeah.
it simple. Again, keep people coming around you that you can keep it simple. If there's
Right.
somebody that makes you feel so much pressure, and don't compare yourself. If you went to a big shindig at so-and-so's house,
Yeah.
don't feel pressure that it has to be. Intentionally make it something cozy. Say,
Yeah.
wear your stretchy pants. We're going to get blankets and light candles. We're going to have a charcuterie all over the coffee table and watch movies. Wear your slippers. Like,
Yeah.
set the tone for what you want it to be. So those are
good.
my tips for hosting, and I tend to like that type of event a lot these days in my life.
Then like dressing up and
yeah, I mean, I like getting dressed
like
up and
it.
being fancy,
Yeah.
but I got fancy leggings. I mean,
we got fancy pajamas too.
yeah.
Oh
So
yeah,
just
for sure.
it's about the people, and it's about how you frame it up. I think that's the main thing. So Andrea, I hope that gives you some of our insight about hosting. If you're a person that does dread or resent, just think about who you're including, and give people a chance to reciprocate. Sometimes pulling back is better, and sometimes you just got to have a boundary and just be like, no, I don't spend time with those people. They're not my people. I have had some people in my life, and I learned that lesson when I was younger. Like, it hurts because I'm not that type of like, I'm very friendly.
Yes.
I want to include everybody, but there are some people who are toxic, and you're not coming to my house. I don't even want you to know my address. Are you crazy?
That's funny.
It's
so true, though.
No way you're finding out where I live. And
you're just protecting your peace. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, there's something else that we're going to include in every episode. Or, when we remember to. I remembered today.
Okay.
So we talk about the Lux moment of the week. So we want to share something Lux because, again, Lux for us is more of a state of mind. It's like an inward peace. It's the simple things of life. Sometimes it might be something fancy, but sometimes it's something fancy and simple at the same time. Yeah. And so, do you have a Lux moment that you would like to share?
Sure. This is what's Lux about it. It's not anything like, gotta tell everybody about it. Like, sometimes it's just those unexpected moments. And honestly, it was when we went to Detroit a few days ago, and we were there and went over into Canada because we had our passports this time. So we went over and we spent most of the day in Canada, and it was our first time ever being there. So we just wanted to see what it was like, and we went to the movies. And we got into the movie, this specific, I'm not saying all the movie theaters are like this, but this specific movie theater we went to, we stepped in and we both looked at each other. We was like, oh my gosh, it feels like we just stepped back into our 1990s childhood, because it was really nostalgic. And we went and we bought, we went to the concession stand, and we were purchasing our stuff. And the price, obviously it was CAD, it was $15.99 for a combo of nachos, cheese, a large drink, and a bag of candy. Okay, that's about 13 or so bucks in USD. We're like, okay, well that's not a bad deal. So we get it, and the girl's like, okay, pick your candy, and they have this wall of, girl, I literally got a whole bag this big, a bag of Oreos, and Daniel and I literally were like, what? I'm like, this counts? And she was like, yeah, any of it. And I'm like, this big of a bag? And then she's like, here's your nachos and cheese. And the freaking thing was this big. It was this big. I couldn't even eat all of it. Because normally we just split one, but that day we were like, we'll get our own. Well, we didn't know that it was going to be this big. And okay, so this isn't even anything special. It was just between us. We were like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. We're back in the 90s. Look at how much food they gave us. It was just something so minute, but it's something that I remember a week later, So that was my little Lux moment there in Canada.
I love it. Well, I think that's the thing that makes a Lux moment, is that you remember it and it stands out to you. I think luxury for us is just something that gives us that little smirk, that little grin, that little pep in our step.
Yes.
And I love sharing those. I think that's going to be a fun thing that we do every week.
Yes.
And I think that we're just going to each share one each episode.
Yeah.
So the reason is because it's your Lux moment. We want to honor it. Yeah. And so
I love that.
I'll have one for next time. So
yes, you will.
Here's a challenge to anybody who's listening. If you don't have a Lux moment that you could say that happened in the past 7 days, go do something small but special for yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's really important. We all, I think, serve, do, especially our female audience. You are always doing for people. And so if you think back over the last 7 days and you can't think of one thing that felt like a little tiny piece of luxury for you, or gave you a little tiny piece of joy or
Yeah.
peace in your mind, like, make it a point before this day is over to do something. Go make yourself an iced coffee. Go buy yourself an iced coffee. Go do something.
Yeah.
And
Make
that
a
way,
Lux moment.
yeah, make a Lux moment.
I
So,
love that.
all right, I think that it's time we can just kind of, let's just recap what we've talked about, because it's been a lot.
I know. I hope they were able to follow this, because this is how we do it.
This is how we live.
This is how we do it.
Everything's connected.
Yeah. And you will be the one to connect it all.
Every single thing.
I love it.
That is just who we are. I mean, that's women, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like spaghetti. It's all touching. It's all connected.
It's all connected.
What was that thing that like men are waffles, like all the little compartments, all the
haven't
little
heard of that one,
squares,
but
and
that's
then
good.
women are like spaghetti. Like, it's everywhere.
I like it.
But let's just be honest. What's more delicious? I'm picking spaghetti over a waffle all day long.
Hilarious. I love it.
Anyways, I love being spaghetti. So yeah, it all is connected. So we've talked about, you know,
How we
us being
met.
besties,
Yeah.
how we met, a little bit of our background, a little bit of our family dynamics.
Yeah.
We've talked about our hubbies a little bit, our kids a little bit, our first impressions of each other, how we've been together all these years.
Yeah.
I think one question that was asked of me as we were approaching this was like, how have you and Mercedes balanced being besties, doing business together, and like being such brutally honest people as you are? And I mean, my answer to that is just like, I don't know. We don't even try. Like, that is not something I can advise you on, because it just naturally happens.
Comes. Well, I can't say never mind. I was going to say we're just good Southern Christian girls, but I'm not from the South.
You are so Southern.
But I'm a Northerner, though. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm living a double life.
You're Southern by association.
Yeah, there we go.
That's it. So,
But, I mean, it just like when you live from a place of you are who you say you are, you serve the Lord, we're not fake.
no.
And so it just flows out of who we are.
Yeah. I mean, we've gone through stuff that could have gone sideways. I mean, yeah, when you work in someone's business and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we're selling this business. You had business ventures going on, but I mean, our business was still part of your life.
Yeah.
And, you know, you were about to start building a house. And so there were factors that we had to play around with and make it work, but that's just what we did because we cared about each other, and we're smart cookies. We can make anything work.
Yeah.
And so, I think that's been an important part of things, is just when you can find someone that you can flow naturally with, then that's what, like, hold on to that person.
Literally.
And the other thing, you know, talking about friendships, I'll just kind of wrap up this whole thing about nurturing adult friendships, because we might have some people in the audience that are listening. I know I probably have some people in my family that are like, my cousins, my sisters, my auntie, my grandma, my mom, that's my friends.
Yeah.
And that's great. Like, I am from a family like that. You know, my mom had 5 kids. I remember being a kid, Mom, don't get upset, this isn't a bad thing, but I remember being a kid saying, oh, Mom, can my friend so-and-so come over? And she's like, I have 5 kids. You ain't bringing no kids over here. What are you talking about? Like, no. And then it's like, oh, well, can I go to their house? No, you can't go to their house. What? I don't know their family. I don't know their next door neighbors. You're not going anywhere. Go play with your sisters, you know?
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. Like, it's good to have that kind of family that you can be friends. But I would just advise, if you are that type of person, go find yourself at least one girlfriend, because there's some stuff that you don't need to be saying to your sister, your mama.
Nobody.
There's some stuff you might want to say about your man that you don't need to tell your family. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad, I don't know, but you still might not want to tell them. I mean, there's just things that when you can find that kindred spirit, that you know they're in your life because they've chosen you. And obviously we both have other friends than each other as well that we have this with. I know I have another bestie who's listening like, oh, we're so close, you know, Sarah, you know, you're
Yes.
listening. Like,
Hey, girl, hey.
hey girl, like I have other, and that's a good point too. Like I have other best friends.
Right.
This isn't an order. This isn't a pecking order.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
There's things that you can talk about with each. You have
Yes.
each relationship is different in its
Yes.
own right, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Every relationship is not going to look the same. It's not a priority list. It's just this is where this person fits
That's
in my
right.
life, and this is where I fit in theirs.
that's
so.
right. I mean, every time if I say I'm going shopping, well, I might be going to Nordstrom Rack, but I might be going to Kroger.
Right.
If I need food, I'm not going to Nordstrom.
Right.
If I need clothes, I'm not going to Kroger. Right?
Although you can get clothes
You can
at Kroger now, but you'd rather go to Nordstrom.
I'd rather
right?
go to Nordstrom. But anyways, just that's the way it works. We
Yeah.
all bring something different to the table for
Right.
each other. And so, but if you can just find one girlfriend that you're not related to, you know you're friends because that person chose you. And so to all my other besties out there who are listening, because I
Yeah.
know they are, and
Yes.
supporting us, and I know you have them
Thank
too.
you.
All of our sisters, our mamas, everybody.
Yeah.
Like, we love being y'all's girlfriend.
Yeah.
And if you don't have anybody, but pray for the Lord to send you somebody.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Because I
Pray-
know there's people that are watching this that they're like, man, I want that. You
Yeah.
know, because I mean, I've done that kind of thing. I'm sure you have too. Not in this specific aspect, but like when you're seeing somebody have something that you want, it's okay to want that.
Yeah.
You know, if it's something healthy, and you're right. Just ask God and start putting that out there.
And be friendly.
Be
too.
friendly. How do you get friends? You be friendly.
Go outside of your house.
Yes.
Say hello to somebody.
Get your booty to the gym. Oh my gosh, so easy to meet people
Yeah.
at the gym, at
Yeah.
church. You know,
If you have kids, your kids have other kids in their life that have mamas.
one of my girlfriends is watching, and I remember the first time. I know we got to wrap this up, but Alexis came to me and she was like, "Oh my gosh, my friend's mom is just like you. Like you all remind me of each other." And she introduced us, and now we're friends. Like it's been several years,
Yeah.
and the kids don't even go to school anymore, but we still keep up. So
Right.
that is another way your kids will introduce you to other adults.
For
So,
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Well, there's a couple of things that we like to do to wrap up the episodes.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to do. We're going to just remind people to
Yes.
subscribe.
Subscribe to this podcast.
Yes.
Wherever you listen to your podcast.
We're
Spotify, Apple. You can watch on YouTube.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, you hear us say listening, you hear us say watching. If you're listening, you can watch.
Yeah, you can see our beautiful faces.
You can see we've got our Lux set here, and so you can watch if you want. But subscribe, because that way when we drop new episodes, you're gonna know about it.
Yeah.
And we try to drop them in batches, so we know we like to binge things. So we're trying to keep that available. And then once you've subscribed, also leave us a review.
Yeah.
Wherever you're listening, leave us a review. Make sure that it's good. If it's not going to be, don't bother.
keep scrolling.
Keep it to yourself. And then we also have our socials.
Yeah.
So pretty much all your favorite socials, find us there. If it's IG, Facebook, whatever.
Yeah.
We've got people of all ages, so I know that's going to depend. TikTok. That's going to depend where you go.
Yeah.
But it's the Lux Life Podcast, right?
Yes.
That's the handle on everything.
That's the handle, the Lux Life Podcast.
Yeah. And then we also have our email community that people can sign up for.
Yeah, so if they go to our website, y'all go to our website, and you can literally join. It's absolutely free. You can join our email community, the Lux Life email community, and we're going to be sending out just things like advice, tips, everyday moments in our life, things that inspire you and help you. And so sign up for that free community and go a little bit deeper with us.
Yeah, I mean, you just made me think of this funny commercial. It was about some type of supplement. This was years ago, when Joe and I first got married. I have to say this story now because it popped in my head. And it was I don't know, some memory, supplement that helps you with your memory. And there's this older, she was elderly. And they're like, if you sign up now, you get a free bottle of whatever it was called. And she's like, if it's free, it must be good.
What?
So when you said that, like, yes, it's free.
Yeah.
It is good. If it's free, it must be good. I know that's not always the case, but it is in this case.
It is in this case.
And so we do have, obviously, things that we charge people lots of money for in our other businesses, and there'll be things that we talk about here. But the email community is free, and I think that, it's just going to be extensions of the things we talk about. So
I'm excited.
it's going to be great. Yay. So that website, again, is theluxlifepodcast.com.
Yep.
So I think that we've covered a lot today. I think we gave everybody a good launch into the Lux Life and a good glimpse into us and our crazy little selves. And I'm looking forward to the next episode.
Yes.
All right. Wait, we got to do our little
We got to do our little toast.
We got to do our cheers.
All right.
So all right. Here's to keeping it Lux.
Yeah.
Here's to living Lux from the inside out. So cheers.